Motivation. It can be this beautiful, magical, ephemeral sometimes thing. Sometimes it's a little bit like the stars align perfectly. I consume just the right amount of coffee and I am gifted from the gods with motivation and I do all of the things. And sometimes that doesn't happen. And when you look online, it might look like there's a lot of people out there who are super motivated. They've got crazy gym buddies, they've got multiple businesses and side hustles and what have you. And they look outwardly like they are a super motivated individual. And I am willing to bet that they are not relying on motivation for that success. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. So, here's the tricky thing about motivation. If you don't have it and you're waiting for it, then you might find yourself just sitting around waiting. And that isn't a big deal if it just happens for one day. But if it happens for weeks or months or years, then you're just sitting around for years or even for the rest of your life. I don't need to math this out for you. Like, if you don't do anything for your entire life, you're not going to be particularly healthy mentally, physically, or emotionally. So, knowing that motivation is unreliable, what do we do instead? Well, the answer is not particularly glamorous, but I do find it quite comforting in that it's much more small and practical and actionable. So, what I want to talk to you today about is habits. Now, habits are kind of the building blocks for the life that we build, actually. Whether you realize it or not, you are a creature of habit. You're walking around mostly automated in the things that you're doing. And that is a very smart energy saving device used by your brain, because if you had to make decisions about every single little thing all the time, you would be absolutely exhausted. Right? I get out of bed in the morning and I make coffee. I don't have to think about what would I have? Oh, should I have a cup of tea now? Or maybe I'll take my coffee in a different way. No, it's black coffee every morning. That's how I like it. That is solving a problem for me, right? Like, I want something delicious to drink in the morning that gives me a little bit of pep, maybe motivation, who knows? And I don't need to reinvent the wheel every single time. It's coffee, it's black, it's done. If you didn't have this, yeah, you would be totally burnt out. I'm sure you've heard of decision fatigue. Decision fatigue is a real thing. We can talk about it another time. But knowing that you rely on habits, then we can look at habits as this, as James Clear calls them, the compound interest of life. And I love this terminology for them. I think it's perfect. Let's look at it in real life, right? If I smoke a cigarette, one cigarette, it's not going to take a huge toll on my health. But if I smoke multiple cigarettes every day for the rest of my life, that is going to have a severe effect on my health and well being, and also on my finances, actually. That's expensive. So, in this way, our habits can either accumulate wealth for us or they can deteriorate our wealth. In this case, maybe health, right? Or well being. If I brush my teeth every day, I'm probably going to have okay, decent dental health. If I skip one day, it's not the end of the world. But if I don't brush my teeth for the rest of my life, I don't think it's going to look good, you guys. So, knowing that we have these habits and we can automate things, this is where the kind of comforting part comes in for me, right? Because if we have these big goals, let's say you want to get motivated because you're starting your own business, or you want to get motivated to get fit, right? Maybe your goal is to be an entrepreneur, or your goal is to be a really fit person. And if you don't have any experience in that area, that can be a really scary jump from where you are now to where you want to be. And that can be very discouraging. And if you don't have any motivation, maybe you don't take any steps because there's nothing pushing you to go there, right? But when we break it down and we make it into these little tiny building blocks of habits, maybe it's just I'm going to go to the gym once a week, or I am going to spend an hour every day dedicated to the business that I want to build. And those little achievable things build up over time. Okay. So we don't have to only dedicate 1 hour every day for it, but maybe that's where we want to start. And then maybe it becomes, I'm going to dedicate 5 hours every day to it. Maybe you don't even, who knows, maybe you don't want to work that much. I actually don't want to dedicate 5 hours every day. So maybe keep it at 2, right? Maybe that's good. Maybe that's enough. Or going to the gym, maybe you end up bumping it up to like 3 hours a week or something. The point is that when you break things down into these little chunks, it's much more manageable. You put this habit in place, you automate this behavior, and then you're not making a decision about that behavior anymore. You're just sitting down at your desk every day to do the thing, you're showing up. And it's not about every day being the best day ever. It's about consistency and being there every single day, or thrice a week, or whatever you've committed to. So that is the way to avoid this sitting around waiting for motivation deal. I personally love it. I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. If you're into this kind of thing, hit that subscribe button and maybe even let me know in the comments what you'd like to hear more about.